So, hello everybody and welcome. Hola a todos y bienvenidos.
First of all, my name is Maritza.
Yo soy Teacher Chris con Open English.
Hello everyone and welcome to our class today. Hello, class number 2, 100% in English. We're going to get started here as well on Instagram with our friends here on Instagram. So if you're here, let us know. Victoria over here on Facebook. Hi, Victoria. Nice to see you. All right, let me start our class here on Instagram. There we go. Hello, hello. Welcome to our class. Okay, today we have I think it will be a fun and interesting class all about English for the restaurant industry. So remember that this second class today, will be 100% in English for our friends on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, 100% English, as we have many different countries connected to our classes. This will be 100% in English. Remember, if you prefer more of a mix between English and Spanish, you can tune into our other classes or stay tuned to this class to practice listening to English. Mahu, sorry, I'm new. That's okay. Welcome. If you are new here, send a little hand. Raise your hand here if you are new today. All right. Mustafa S., hello. Nice to see you. Lots of people on LinkedIn. Edgar Alexander on LinkedIn. Okay, if you are just connecting, we are going to learn about restaurant vocabulary, and more so if you work in a restaurant. Important English you need to know if you want to work in a restaurant. So tell me here in the comments. Do you work in a restaurant, or would you like to work in a restaurant? Let me know here. Patricia, what days are these conversations? We have class here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube every day at 11 a.m. Central Time. And we have our second class on Mondays at 4 o'clock that are 100% in English. Okay, Halo 616 says, I'm cooking. All right, so this should hopefully be helpful to you as well. So remember, before we get started, my name is Maritza. Welcome to our class. I am from the United States and super excited to be here to teach you all about new vocabulary. So let me know if you work in a restaurant. Rossi Iris, I work in a restaurant. Excellent. I hope this will be a helpful class for you. Okay, as well, if you want to learn English this year, maybe you need to learn English to work in a restaurant or to travel and try a bunch of new restaurants. Remember, you can study English 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with unlimited live classes with native English speaking teachers on our Open English platform with different promotions. So if you need more information about our course, send the word profe here in the comments, PROFE in the comments for more information about our promotion, our prices, and about our course. Okay, Jorge says, I've never worked at a restaurant. All right, Yvette says, I don't, but sounds interesting. All right, let me see here. Let me see, Zenaida, hello. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our class. So restaurant industry vocabulary. So we are going to match the words with the pictures. We are going to match the words with the pictures. We have 6 new words here. Maybe they're new, maybe they're not, but we are going to practice matching them here in the comments. So send your answers. Send your answers here in the comments to participate. What word corresponds with which picture? So number 1, our first word is waiter. Waiter. Remember, in American English, this T sound sounds like a D sound. Waiter, waiter. Okay. Also, we also have different words for males and females in English. So we can say a waiter, talking about a man, or a waitress to talk about a woman. So waiter or waitress. All right. Yvette says waiter number 4. All right. So number 2, menu. Menu. This word also has a little bit different. It's a different pronunciation. I think many people would say menu, menu, but in American English, we say it almost with a Y sound. Men, men, you, like you. Menu, menu, menu. What picture is of a menu? All right, number 3, reservation. Reservation. All right, got some answers coming in. Very good. Excellent, Edgar. Jorge, hello. Victoria, nice job. All right, reservation. Number 4, notepad. Notepad. Number 5, bill. Bill. And number 6, tip. Tip. All right, what do you guys think here? Dulce Huerta says F5, Majo says 2C, Alvaro 4A, K Giselle 09, B1, Edgar Alexander says C2, Mahu number 6. Number 6 shows which picture? All right, Bill number 1, excellent. Kikariko says D. Jack Satsea, welcome back to our second class today. 5F. Jordy says C. All right, lots of different answers. So let's check out which one goes with which. Hopefully this will be some new vocabulary. Let me know here in the comments. Tell me, are any of these words new for you? Tell me here in the comments. Are these words new for you? So number 1 was bill, bill. Number 2, reservation, reservation. Number 3, notepad. So where people write down your order or what you want to order or eat, they write it on a notepad. Okay, Eileen Raj, okay, just arriving to class. Nice to see you. All right, number 4 was waiter. Yes, Dulce Huerta, exactly. You are right. Number 4 was waiter. Remember, waiter usually refers to men. Waitress refers to women. Number 5, tip. We all like those tips. We like to get tips if we work in a restaurant. And number 6, menu, menu. Remember, this pronunciation is like men, men, you, menu. Okay, very good, everyone. Thanks for sending your answers. So, did anyone learn any new words here? Patricia says notepad and tip. Excellent. So tips are important. We all want tips in cash. Okay, very good. Vivian, nice to see you here on LinkedIn. Welcome. Nando Camacho, hello. Just in time to check out some different words in English that have the same meaning. So Something that's really common in English is that we have different words to say the same thing. We have different words to say the same thing. If you are connecting, tag your friend in this class so they can participate as well. Let your friends know we are live so they can learn these tips and tricks in English. Okay, Ismaili, what up, teacher? Ismaili, welcome. All right, so number one, this word is really common, more so in restaurants. In restaurants, it's really common to hear this word. It sounds formal. For example, I would not say to my friend the word beverage, but in restaurants, it's very common. So you might hear a waiter say, "Can I get you started with a beverage?" Beverage. So number one, this pronunciation has a dropped syllable in English. So we don't say beverage. We say beverage. So this means like a drink. It can be juice, soda, water, beer, wine. Beverage means drink, but it's really common to use this word in the restaurant industry. So beverage. Don't get confused if you hear or see this word. It just means a drink. Okay, teacher, where are you from? I am from the United States, from Michigan. All right, number two, I think Dulce Huerta asked if bill is similar to what you get at the end of a meal. Remember, this class is 100% in English, so I'm avoiding using Spanish, but we can say bill or check. So it's all of what you owe at the end of your meal. So bill or check. So you can say in English, "Can we get the bill, please?" Or "I am ready for the check." Bill and check mean the same thing in restaurants. It depends on what kind of preference you have. It sometimes varies between British and American English, between check or bill. I use both, for example. All right, number three, dish. So this word, dish, when you're not using it in a restaurant context, means like plate. So I carried the dish into the kitchen. It can mean an actual plate. But in the restaurant industry, a dish refers to the served food you have. So a waiter might say, "Our most popular dish is the steak with fries." So this means the most common plate of food. Dish in a restaurant context. Okay, so this is a little bit different. These words have different contexts when we're talking about restaurants and when we're not talking about restaurants. And number four, this is really common in restaurants to hear the word special. So when you sit down and you're listening to the waiter, they might say, "Today's special is the spaghetti and meatballs." So this usually means a specific plate of food that's special for that day. Usually it comes with a better price, a discount, or it's at a good price. So people just call it a special. Today's special is tomato soup and grilled cheese. Okay, Lourdes Vasquez says, what is the difference between receipt and bill? Great question, Lourdes. So a receipt, we don't use typically in a restaurant context. They mean the same thing. They mean basically the same thing, but we use a receipt when we're talking about shopping, for example. In the grocery store, we get a receipt. In a store, we get a receipt. In a restaurant, instead of saying receipt, we say bill or check. It's just different between the different contexts. So great question. Okay, is it correct to say, could you bring me the check or the bill? Yes, that is perfect, Rodriguez Yvette. So could you bring me the check? Could you bring me the bill? Carlos Castillo, what level is this? Carlos, we don't really have a level. This is more for probably advanced learners since we are 100% in English today. But a specific level, hopefully this is basic vocabulary for beginners, and for advanced students, you'll learn some new phrases. So my question for you guys is, what does this word mean in a restaurant? What does this word mean in a restaurant? Starter. What does this mean in a restaurant? Let me know here in the comments. What does this mean? Any guesses? Okay, let me see here. Yes, Venancio, exactly. Could I get the check, please? That's exactly how you say it. Okay, so what does the word starter mean in English? Andro, very good. Excellent. Got some good guesses. Send your answers. Let me know what you guys think. Steph Santa. All right, you guys are good. You guys know your restaurant vocabulary. All right, and remember, if you need more information, if you want a class that's a little more basic, or if you want a longer class, don't forget, you can send the word profe in the comments, P-R-O-F-E, for more information about Open English. Okay, let me see. Jorge Garcia, yes, very good. Lourdes, very good. Nati Garcia, awesome. Intro makeup, very good. So let's take a look here. Let me change this for you guys here on Instagram. So let's talk about different meal types. You guys got it. Very good. So when we're talking about a restaurant, we refer to the different moments of our restaurant experience as courses. Okay, so that's important. So we have our first course, second course, main course, different courses. These are specific foods given at a specific time in a restaurant. Yes, Eduardo, excellent. So a starter or appetizer is your first course. It's what you start your meal with. Great job. Okay, Nando Camacho, I want to learn English. This is my first class. Nando, welcome. Excellent. Lenita, me too. I'm getting hungry thinking about a restaurant. Michael, do you speak Spanish? Michael Ramirez, yes, I speak Spanish, but today in our 100% English class, just English. All right, so remember, we can say starter or appetizer. So many waiters will say, hey, can I get you any starters, or can I get you started with an appetizer? It's the same thing, starter, appetizer. All right, number 2, the main course. This is the largest plate of food at a restaurant. It is the biggest plate of food. It's what you are there to eat. It's the biggest, largest course served at a restaurant. All right, sides, sides. So many times you will hear waiters say, what would you like as a side? As a side. Okay, as a side. So sides are small dishes that complement the meal. For example, your main course is a hamburger. Your side could be French fries, or your side could be salad, for example. So sides are small dishes that go with the main course. Exactly, Venancio. Very good. All right, and of course, dessert. Dessert. The final course at a restaurant. So maybe a delicious creme brulee, or maybe a piece of cake or some ice cream. That would be your dessert. So my question is, from a starter or main course or sides or dessert, what is your favorite course to eat at a restaurant? Let me know here in the comments. What is your favorite course? Do you like starters? Do you like the main course, lots of food? Do you like sides, maybe French fries, vegetables, or do you like dessert the best? Okay, Rodriguez Yvette says definitely dessert. Okay, Venantia says, okay, so maybe dessert as well. Andro, great answer. All of them. Me too. Although I really love sides. I love getting a nice side of sweet potato fries, or a nice side of mashed potatoes or macaroni and cheese. Okay, Jorge Garcia, main course. I never eat dessert. Jorge, I'm not a dessert person either. I'm too full. I'm too full for dessert. I usually eat too much before dessert. Okay. All right. So green salad. So maybe a nice side salad. All right. What is your favorite course? Vivian says dessert. Definitely dessert. Excellent. Okay, great question, Michael. Is the same pronunciation between desert and dessert? So, Michael, the pronunciation is different. So, desert is like what we would find in the Sahara. It's a landscape. Desert. Dessert has more emphasis on the second syllable. So dessert is what we would eat at a restaurant. So Juliet Pineda says, I like vegetables. So Juliet, maybe you like sides more. Maybe you're like me and you like sides. Caitlin says, I like delicious pasta. Me too. I like pasta. Very good. My favorite course is, so your main course, but you enjoy all courses of food. Eduardo, I agree. All the courses are good. Nando, happy to see you participating. Edgar, steak. My favorite side is French fries. Eiling, very good job. Mine too. I love French fries. Any sort of potato. Okay, Marisol, I'm doing great. Thank you for joining. Hello. All right, so lots of dessert people here. Venancio says, I like ceviche. So Venancio, do you eat ceviche as an appetizer or your main course? Let me know. Appetizer, small ceviche, or main course ceviche? Okay, let me see. Vanina, ¿cómo puedo entrar? How can I enter here? Vanina, if you want more classes with English, send the word profe here in the comments, or you can participate here in the comments. All right. Okay, Benete says it is a starter. Ceviche is a starter. Not a main course, it's a good starter. My favorite is vegetables. Very good. Excellent, guys. So, I'd like to talk about what are some common phrases in a restaurant. This is super important, super important. These common phrases in a restaurant. I think when I went to the States with my husband, sometimes he doesn't speak fluent English. He speaks English, but in restaurants, a lot of times with a native English speaker, they have different ways of saying the same thing. It gets complicated. They use different verbs, different words, different expressions. So let's talk about 3 common phrases in a restaurant. This can sometimes be confusing. I have to explain to my husband sometimes what they're actually trying to say. Okay, so number 1. So this is more for, as we say, a patron, someone who goes to a restaurant. So if you want to sound like a native English speaker, use this phrase. Instead of saying, I want to make a reservation, I want to make a reservation. That's not wrong, but if you want to sound more natural and you want to make a reservation, you can use the phrase, can I book a table? Can I book a table for 2 tonight? So this is really weird, but book is a noun. For example, I don't have any books here, but like what you read, a book. But we can also use it as a verb to say to reserve, to reserve. So if you want to sound like a native speaker, say, can I book a table for 7 p.m. tonight? Don't get confused if you hear or see this book used as a verb. All right, number 2. This phrase would be used more so from a waiter or a waitress, someone working at a restaurant. They would probably say, instead of saying, I will return or I will come back and see how you are doing, lots of times they say, I'll check on you guys in a bit. I'll check on you in a bit. So instead of saying, I will come back, they'll say, I'll check on you guys in a bit. So again, different ways to say the same thing. Different ways to say the same thing. These phrases are just a little different, maybe a little less common than what you would learn in a traditional English class. These are different expressions. So remember, I will come back and see how you are doing isn't wrong, it's correct, but it's sometimes more common to hear, I'll check on you guys in a bit. Okay, Jose Alejandro, I need a course for 1 year. Okay, Jose Alejandro, send the word profe here in the comments to get started. Lenita, I'm glad you love this class. Okay, all right, so our third and final phrase. Instead of saying, this is for waiters and waitresses, people that work in the restaurants. Instead of going to the table and saying, do you need anything? Do you need anything? It doesn't really sound supernatural to say that as a waiter or waitress. Many times people say, can I get you anything else? So waiter might ask you, can I get you anything else? Which means, do you need anything? So that's important. Venancio, I've heard the referee booked the player. Booked the player. That could be used in a sports context. I'm not a sports expert, so I will take your word for it. Okay, So instead of saying, a waiter probably won't say, do you need anything? They will probably say, can I get you anything else? Okay, so my last question for you guys is, would you like to learn more about English in the restaurant industry? So when I was creating this class, there was so much that I wanted to put in the class. So there's a lot more information, a lot more words and expressions. So tell me here in the comments, would you like a part 2 of restaurant industry vocabulary? Patricia says yes. All right, over here on Instagram, part 2 for industry vocabulary. Lenita says more. Very good. Okay, that would be amazing. Andro 211, very good. Rodriguez Yvette says yes, please. All right, excellent. So part 2, we'll learn more expressions, more vocabulary. Like I said, restaurants, especially in the United States, they have a lot of confusing expressions or not really common expressions. I think in a lot of English classes you learn, can I have more water? Or where is the bathroom? Or can I see the menu? But there are lots of expressions in the restaurant industry. I would love to teach you guys. Okay, not only in restaurants, please. LinkedIn user, not only in restaurants. What else would you like to see? And what other conversations? Okay, vocabulary, please. Okay, Maye Villanueva says, yes, teacher, please. MG Guerrero, thank you very much for helping us out. Of course. Sandra Maderli, can I follow these classes on YouTube? Yes, we are also on YouTube. We have lots of videos, tips, and our live classes on YouTube. YouTubes, I don't know what that was. Dandy says, more, please. All right. Nati says, yes. Anna, yes. Okay, so it looks like part 2, restaurant industry. I'm going to write that down. Okay, let me see here. Vocabulary. What is the second sentence? Is it correct to say Jose Alberto? The second sentence here, yes. Number 2, they're both correct, but the first sentence sounds a little more natural within the restaurant industry. So they're both correct, but sometimes they change kind of the context and what sounds naturally. Are you ready to order? Banancia, that's another important expression. Okay. Angel Pinto, about street food. Ooh, that's an interesting topic. Eileen, yes, please. Okay, Sami Rao says, can we watch this live after? Yes, I will upload this live to our page on Instagram, our page on YouTube, our page on Facebook, and our page on LinkedIn. So you can watch this class later. Okay, very good, everyone. Well, that concludes our class today. That is our restaurant industry part 1. Now we know it's part 1 for you guys. So thank you so much for connecting. Julie, I'm glad you enjoyed today's class. Remember, we have classes here live every day at 11 a.m. Central Time, and we have our second class, our English only class, as well at 4 p.m., usually on Mondays or Tuesdays. Okay, so I hope to see you guys all in class soon. And remember, to sign up for Open English, all you have to do is send the word profe in the comments, P-R-O-F-E in the comments, for more information about our prices, about our schedules, about our methodology. Any questions you have, send the word profe in the comments for more information. So thank you, everyone. Okay, about the bathroom in a restaurant. That would be an interesting topic for part 2. Venancio, great expressions. I'd like a table near the window. You guys are awesome. Jack Satseo, thank you so much for your time, participating in today's class. I hope to see you guys all here soon, and hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Take care, friends.